Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy here. And before I do this beta review, I just wanted to let you guys know that the open beta will be coming in like 2 days exact, maybe even way later than that. So what I'm gonna do is in the link below the description, I'm gonna try to show you guys a link where the schedules are being held. So that's enough of that. Let's go on to the beta review. So today we will be reviewing the Avengers game, and just for fair warning, it is a beta, so whatever I complain about or talk about or whatever, hopefully any of these problems shouldn't really happen on release.
Alright, so the Marvel's Avengers is an upcoming action adventure video game co-developed by Crystal Dynamics and Eidos-Montréal and published by Square Enix. Based on the Marvel Comics superhero team, the Avengers, the game is inspired by the long-running comic book mythology and adaptations of other media. The game main storyline takes place 5 years after A-Day, a celebratory day for the Avengers when a tragedy resulted in death and destruction, and the Avengers were blamed and the team forced to reassemble to save the world from peril in a form of AIM, led by MODOK, at least I think that you could pronounce it that way, which threatens ending the world from superheroes. So this game features a large roster of characters drawn from the Marvel Universe, consisting primarily of the title team members and other superheroes. The initial playable characters are like Captain America, Iron Man, the Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, and Ms. Marvel. So this game is a third-person action adventure game that combines the original cinematic story with single-player and cooperative gameplay. The game can be played offline as a single-player experience or online with 4 people during a certain aspect of the game. The game will feature customization options including abilities and costumes, which can be upgraded using a skill tree. And you can equip some type of gear loadout in this game. It does have gear in it, and it have different colors of gear, significantly quality. Higher quality gear items are applied, benefiting such attributes, bonuses, and gear perks that can drastically affect the gameplay. And on top of that, you have these weird minor and major artifacts that adds on to the hero's overall power level. Hopping onto the combat, it feels kind of fresh with me. You have your light attacks, your heavy attacks, and then you got your super abilities, and then you got your ultimate ability, in which you learn most of the combos. Performing it in action is really satisfying, especially with the variety of freaking enemies that they have. It is massive. Some are way tougher than others, and some have like different types of like abilities and movesets, which is kind of interesting with me. And graphically, the game is freaking stunning. I freaking love it. Like everywhere I go, I was just interested in just to seeing the characters, like freaking hair follicles, like hair and everything. It was just, oh my, mwah, mwah, mwah. I give you guys prop with that because the graphics in the environments is just amazing. But sadly, after all that, that's technically where it ends with me. I'm not really a big fan of the signal detector. The signal detector, you have to discover hidden shield bunkers and pay close attention to the rangefinder to reach your targets. I'm not a really big fan of that because when you're too busy just fighting everything off, you're not gonna use that signal detector. Like the only real way that I actually really needed and used it is where I was just trying to find my friends in the freaking game because I couldn't find them at all. I just wish that there was like some type of better way for us to actually find our friends or find the objective that we actually need to go, because in some cases I did get lost sometimes. And don't get me wrong, I love the graphics. The graphic is amazing, but everything does not need to freaking shake, especially when we need to fight, especially when you're around the Hulk. If you're around the Hulk, everything shakes. Like you barely see anything. And when too much is happening on screen, the frame rate drops really low, and I mean really low. It's really bad. And in some cases, when it all just went wrong, like I just had a headache and I just turned the whole thing off. And finally, last but not least, I don't know if it's my internet or anything, but the matchmaking is really bad, because I remember when I be trying to find like games or trying to find a full party, I just couldn't find them at all, and then it just takes me back to the title screen, and then I have to rinse and repeat all over again at some point. It just got really tiring. But that's technically all the bad stuff I have to say. The interesting thing about me is the hero challenges. Of course, if you do daily and weekly challenges, you can earn like resources, nameplates, skins, and all that type of crazy stuff. And if you choose to do it in game, you could do it in game, but you could also buy it and skip all of it. I'm actually wondering what they're gonna do with it further along the line, but right now I really don't have a problem with the hero challenging system. I think the hero challenging system is great, but other than that, I'ma just hop on to the overview. Overall,
I had fun with the game. The overall gameplay was really good, and to a certain extent I love the scenery and the environments and graphics, but in some cases I think some mechanics need some tweaking, but other than that, it should be a really fun game.
So the game should release on September 4th, 2020. The game should be on most platforms, so Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Stadia, and PC. And I think later along the line it will come to the next generation platforms like PS5 and Xbox Series X. But technically that's all I have for the beta review. If you like this beta review, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I do reviews, videos, PvP matches, streams, and more. And if you haven't yet, please don't forget to follow me on my Facebook page and my Twitch account, because I stream on those platforms as well. Everything should be in the description box below, and I will catch you guys on the next beta review.